This is our first annual White Cane Safety Awareness Statement, so that everybody's just made aware to be conscious of people with white canes, to make sure that you see them, to make sure that they're safe when they're crossing, when they're in public, wherever they are.
We have several key core programs. One of them is what we call a dial-in service, where we have the best to explain to people. Say, for instance, you have like a menu. So we have over 200-300 volunteers that read magazines and all type of magazines, newspapers and all, and say it is recorded and put on this menu. And then we give subscribers that's blind people, low vision people, people even cannot hold a book. We will give them a special number to call, and they call, and this menu will pop up and say, do you want to read the Washington Post, and what you want to read the New York Times, and then they can push whatever they desire, and it would read the magazines to them or the Post paper, whatever. That's one program we have. Our other key program is that WETA, a radio station, gave us a sub-carrier station that we call Metropolitan Washington Ear, and we give out radios, and sometimes we'll give out Alexas, and people can go to that radio and listen to the radio station where we have different programs and all 24/7 that blind people can listen to, the national news, all type of programs and stuff. And then we have another program where we do audio description. So we have over 20 volunteers that we train how to describe live theater to blind people. So they will have a microphone and a personal PA system, and blind people will have headsets on, and so they would describe what's not being said on the as the play's going on or the setup. And then we also teach Braille. We also read and write Braille. We also have someone that teach orientation, which while we're here today, they teach you how to use properly the white cane. So your people don't just pick the cane up and go and just take off. They have to be trained how to use it. And we figure it's about 5 million folks in the DMV. We probably like ninth in terms of population as far as radio, TV, stuff like that. But we figure it's like over maybe 30,000-40,000 blind people.
I don't know.
We are representing TCS Access and the I Can Connect program. I Can Connect is a program that helps deaf-blind individuals get equipment so that they can communicate effectively, like long distance. We are a local assistive technology access company here in Silver Spring, Maryland, and we provide assistive technology training. We provide 508 document remediation type work, or just making sure that apps and websites and various digital technology or digital content, I should say, is accessible.
What we are is a radio reading service for the blind. We also train and have audio description for theater and movies for people who are blind or print impaired. I know it's called the Metropolitan Washington Ear, but all of our services are geared towards the blind or low vision community.
I do like the Apple product because it comes with what you call the voiceover and all different types of applications that makes life easy for me as far as accessibility, such as you can read mail, I do my shopping, I do my banking, I do my bills, I do everything using that device.
I am a volunteer host
I am showing people around, taking them from table to table, and explaining what their vendors are, showing their wares. I'm editing audio and downloading it and putting it on the air for the visually impaired. It really bridges a lot of visually impaired as well as those that are sighted, that they can commingle and meet and greet and see what so the sighted can see what the visually impaired goes through and learn some of the products. And I'm glad to be, it's a really kind of fulfilling to volunteer and work with the disabled, because a lot of times we as sighted people, we kind of walk by the disabled and not really understand what they're going through. But once you get to know them and visit with them and talk to them and learn how they are, they're people just like us. They just have a disability and they need whatever help we can give them.
We are the National Harbor Chapter, National Federation of the Blind of Maryland, and so we actually reside in primarily Prince George's County, but we serve all over statewide with the National Federation of the Blind of Maryland. We are a group that deals with all ages who are blind and low vision. We have been in existence since 2010. And also, too, we have events, programs like County Resource Day. This year, we decided to come to this wonderful event this year at the White Cane Awareness Day. Actually, we utilize the white cane to show our independence. We serve blind veterans as well as parents and children and their families as well. The Braille card, it will help people learn how to read Braille because it's all the alphabets, so it gets you started.
I represent Hope Ministry. It stands for helping other people to excel and experience God. Our classes consist of Braille classes. We have leadership classes. We have spiritual gift classes. We have soul tie classes, and we have revelation classes. And we're expanding our class, different things that we do in our class. If you have a ministry or a church or something or a family, we can cater to your whole family. And that's what our ministry is about. It's more personal to you as an individual or to you as a family.
The Metropolitan Washington Ear is a service for the blind, radio reading. And so that's what I do. On every Friday I have a co-reader. We read for 2 hours, and we kind of swap back and forth throughout those 2 hours and read articles from the Washington Post. On other days, I will either read from home, my home studio, or the studio at the office and record that so that listeners can dial in and hit the touchpad and get what article they want. The White Cane event really is an event that I wanted to attend primarily to meet some of our listeners and to bring some joy to their lives. The volunteering is really what I enjoy doing.
And I'm also coordinating the audio description program for the theater right now. I'm also a volunteer, and I read for the ear and I describe live theater for the blind. It's so rewarding and fulfilling to know that you're doing something that's so meaningful to others.
It's important for us to get the community involved and invested in the changes that are happening at Metropolitan Ear. It's important for us to celebrate the White Cane Day. I mean, we have so many resources at the Metropolitan Washington Ear that are just newly available, and this is the perfect opportunity for us to let the community know, to pull in other vendors that can provide resources, and really to just set the tone of what it is to be Metropolitan Washington Ear now. I love my job. I get to work with awesome people. We serve an amazing and diverse community, and I'm always learning. So I love it.
Hi, my name is Ava Farabee. Right now, I am teaching a Braille writing class with the Washington Ear, and I also teach Braille reading lessons as well. And I just enjoy the excitement on, listening to my students when they get all of the answers right.
I am Emily Clark, one of the staff members at the Metropolitan Washington Ear. I started in June. It is very rewarding. I have learned so much from these experiences. It's very interesting. Today is my first time attending a white cane safety. It was originated in 1964. The national holiday is October the 15th. I hope it's very rewarding for everyone that is participating today. I share with all my friends. I texted many people last night, my friends and cousins. They didn't know about it. They never heard of it. And I gave them a little history when I texted them and shared with them where they could find it. It's on the web.
I'm with Independence Now. We provide peer counseling and support for people with disabilities in Prince George's and Montgomery County. We provide peer counseling and support, information and referral, self-advocacy skills training, independent living skills training, assistance with transitioning from the nursing facility, and assistive technology devices and home modifications.
Just trying to get the word out about all the great services that the library has. We have books by mail services, so you would have these books sent out to you in the mail. You play them on this digital talking book player, and very easy, simple to use, and those will play all your books for you. We've also got assistive technology classes here. We teach JAWS on Wednesdays, VoiceOver for iOS, iPhones on Thursdays. We've got an Android class on Fridays and Braille on Saturdays. Then we've got story time for the spectrum. We've got a new children's librarian teaches classes for kids with autism. And then we have American Sign Language classes and story time. So a lot of deaf services. So we've got a lot of great services at the library.
What's so important about today's event?
White Cane Day is very important. Washington Ear is a great service. They have an amazing program out here, so really want to support them, and just happy to be here and talk to everybody.
Thank you so much.
Sure thing.
Most people do schools and do adults on the side.
So this is Division of Rehabilitation Services, Office of Blindness and Vision Services. So what we do, we work with people with disabilities in general, but for OBVS, Office of Blindness and Vision Services, we serve people who are blind, have low vision. So we have the VRO service, and the VRO service is the one that serves people who wants to go back to work. We also have the transition service for students who are still in high school, they want to go to college, they want to go to trade school or vocational programs. We help them to go to university, and they help them to find jobs. We also help adults who wants to go back to work or maintain their job in the VRO service. Then we also have the ILOB, independent living for older blind, 55 years and older. So the 55 years and older consumers are the ones that want to live independently in their community. They're not going back to work, but they just want to live independently in their homes and be able to navigate their environment, be able to cook, be able to sort their clothing, be able to clean. Then the rest are the ones that, and if they need any assistive technology to use their cell phone or they need lighting in the home. So the lighting, everything is for every blind person who has low vision. And for the blind people, we provide JAWS, we provide screen readers, we provide magnification, all different type of magnification magnifiers. And we do assistive technology to give them if they need any software for those those who are going to college, if they need computer, we do the O&M referral and then O&M teaching. But this lady is an instructor. She teaches O&M. She trains our consumers how to navigate their environment. So we do a lot. And we also do the rehab teaching, go to their homes. And we also we do transportation for them if we want to provide them service and they don't have anybody to take them, we can provide transportation for them to get them. So we provide a lot of services.
And what's so important about today's event?
Today's event, we are here to represent and celebrate the White Cane Awareness Day. So we also provide the White Cane for our consumers. Anybody, whether they are students, whether they are in the VRO program, whether they are in the ILOB program, we provide the White Cane and the training for them. We also, today's program, this is what we are celebrating in the Awareness Day of the White Cane.
Thank you so much. I'm going to get the table a little bit shot.
Oh, yeah, man. Are you with a company or are you with
I'm a videographer hired just for the day.
Oh, hired for the day.
And this particularly, this is for business. We also have the EBP program, the Random Shepherd law. We can also provide vending machines for our blind consumers to have their own business. Yeah. And they have them in federal buildings.
Thank you so much.
You're welcome.
What table is this? I'm sure you all have.
What do you both do to assist the blind?
I read the Washington Post on Wednesday mornings with a co-reader, and we read for a 2-hour live program over the radio that comes with membership in the Washington Ear. And we alternate back and forth from story to story, from front page to editorial stage, op-ed, style, metro, sports, and then in 2 hours it repeats itself. So that's one of the things that I do, and the other thing that I do is work with my wife Janet to
audio describers. So audio describers go to, right now the Metropolitan Ear works with 5 different theaters in the DMV, and we preview a play and then we put together a set of what we call notes, 10 to 15 minutes worth of information that describes the play, a little bit of background, who the characters are, what they look like.
What the set looks like, just general information that would help any patron going to the theater to see what's in front of them.
And they listen to that over a headset given to them by the theater before the play starts. And once the play starts, we are, depending on the theater, sometimes we're in a booth, sometimes we're in the back row of the theater using a special feedback mic that other listeners can't hear. And we're describing all of the nonverbal action on the stage. So they can hear the same that we're hearing, but if a phone rings and Mary goes to answer it, they don't know who that was. So it's our job to let them know who's doing what, where on the stage. And most importantly, to not ever talk over the dialogue of the play.
Without question, the most difficult part of the job is to not talk when the actors are talking, because otherwise they've got 2 sets of auditory signals and it gets confusing.
And we've been doing this for about 15 years and we've learned a lot. Mostly from blind people who've helped us. Years ago, the person who was the director of the board said the worst thing for us as blind people is to listen to the audience react, and we don't know what they're reacting to. So we really have to be right there, making sure that before they hear the audience react, we tell them what just happened. It's going to cause that.
Did you guys? I mean, this is all over the. People do this a lot, like all over the country.
Yes.
Like this, or is it
I don't know. I don't know where it started.
Well, yeah, there is a method. It depends who trained. I mean, we went through training. I will tell you
about 3 days.
That in New York City, home of the theater, they don't use live describers, and we can't figure out how they get away with that, because no two plays, the same play back to back is never the same. It's just never the same. There's always something happening. Somebody's missed a line, somebody's added a line, somebody's moved differently, and if you're listening to a tape, that's not going to fly.
And what's so important about today's event? Why you guys are here?
Well, we're here primarily to help with the visually impaired people that are coming in and helping getting into the room. We're volunteering today to do that. And that's why we're out here in the lobby waiting for any latecomers to get them back to where they are. So I'm not really plugged in to what's going on in that meeting room.
But the event itself, the White Cane yearly celebration, what's so important about that?
We have nothing to do with that. We're just literally volunteering for the day, for the
helping
year.
get people in and out and seated, and
that's important.
Sure,
it is, because the Metro Access people who have done a phenomenal job of getting people here from all over the city. We'll drop them off at the door, but then they need some guidance to get back
get to the room, get their lunch tickets, and so on.
Thank you, guys. That's really great.
You're welcome. By the way,
Good afternoon, everyone. I'm Marcus. I work with the Metropolitan Washington Ear. My capacity is anything that needs to be done outside of anyone else doing it, I do it with a smile. So that means getting coffee, beating people up, whatever's necessary. I work with Reverend Ray, as you all know, who's the president of the board. And we would like to thank you for coming out to the first White Cane, National White Cane Safety Awareness Day. Wrap it up. This event was organized by Ms. Janice Caesar. Ms. Janice, raise your hand. I know you write names down. So I know most of you all have spoken with her. She's harassed some of you all graciously. And we have, okay. If you can, just a little housekeeping rules. If you can put your phones on vibrate, please. I know you may need to, check in with your Metro Access, but if you can put that on vibrate, I appreciate it. We're going to get started quickly around. As you all will see, our exhibitors, I've been told they're not vendors because we will have to pay them. So all the tables here, if you're able to get to them after the program, it'd be great to stop by, see what they have to offer. A lot of services, a lot of good things that they have to offer. I'm going to get started quickly. We're going to get a welcome from Reverend Ray Razor, who is our president of the board of directors for the Metropolitan Washington Ear. Give your hands for Mr. Reverend Ray Razor. I got to see your boots.
They know I wear cowboy boots. Okay, I thank everyone for coming out. I really do. First of all, I do want to thank again Miss Janice, who is our events coordinator, along with Sharon Payne, who is our resident cane travel teacher. And they decided to put this together, so I want to thank them very much for that. Very much. I also want to thank the hotel. What's the lady's name, Miss Janice, that helped us? Sharon Collins. Okay, thank you, Miss Sharon Collins, for y'all hospitality. And I did. She knew there'd be a lot of blind people with canes buying the stuff, so I assured her our insurance was paid up. All right, so she has to worry about that. I also want to thank. Now you see people in the green shirts. The teal shirts, the blind people can't. But the people in the teal shirts that work for the Metropolitan Washington Ear say yo. That many people. Now, and the thing about it, 50% of the staff people are blind or have a disability, okay? That's with the Washington Ear now, as of February. All right, I'm going to ask Greg, because you all know we Christians and we believe in the Lord. So I'm going to ask Greg, Minister Greg, to give us a short prayer. But also Minister Greg, along with Minister Elizabeth and Brother Dr. Jones. We are going to be starting a St. Didymus Church for the Blind, okay? And the thing is, I work for Mr. Calvin Hawkins, most of y'all know, as a constituent service rep. And one of the things, I work with the disability community, and the deaf people, I done gone to their churches, they do not apologize for having a church for the deaf. All right, now those blind people, we want to be part of the so-called sighted world. So, and those people don't even have ministries for us and let us participate. So we started a church called St. Didymus for the Blind. And we're going to let you know, but Gregory and them is going to be on the ministerial staff. So I just want to let y'all know about it. We're going to let y'all know our service is going to be on Sunday from 3 to 5. So y'all can go to y'all highbrow churches at 11 to 12 with people don't care nothing about you. And then you can come to our church at 3 o'clock, okay? So Gregory, give us a short prayer and bless the food.
Hold on, Mr. Greg, I'm gonna bring you the mic. We're gonna find out who's been playing with you putting that Eagles hat on your head too.
Okay, amen. Let's acknowledge. Is it on? Okay, let's acknowledge the Lord. Father, we thank you. We praise you for all you have done. Thank you for getting us here safe and sound. Thank you for getting us back home safe and sound. Thank you, God. We bless the food that you have blessed us with this day. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen. Thank you. You go ahead.
Okay. All right, thank you. And we have so many services now, the Metropolitan Washington Ear, and I'm not even going to try to get into all of them. So all I just say is call the Metropolitan Washington Ear 301-681-6636. Y'all blind people that still got good memories, you remember that. The ones don't, ask the other ones, okay? So just get in touch with us because we're doing a lot of things, and I want to thank our board members, some of our board members here. The vice president is Portia Chandler. I see her bug her eyes out. We also have on our board of directors and Patrick Timothy. Everybody love Patrick. Everybody love Patrick. He's on our board, and we also have a board member, Dr. Jones. Everybody know Dr. Jones. He challenges everything. All right, so we're going to have some dignitaries come up, but I first want to honor. But let me give you a couple of details. I will need to go into a long thing about White Cane Safety Day. So let me just say a few things. One, that it was signed into law by President Lyndon Baines Johnson in 15th October 1964. So today is the 60th year. All right. Now for White Cane, and I didn't even know this about some of the researchers that when you have a long white cane, when it's all white, and Sharon probably know, all white, it means that you blind. All right. Now, when it have a tip on it, a red or whatever tip, it means you have some vision, even if it's just enough to get you in trouble. Okay. Now, if it has red and white, it means that you are blind and deaf. I didn't know that. So some of the things to know. Now, the other thing for us in terms of a white cane, a lot of you all don't use your cane like you're supposed to because you're ashamed of being blind and you're killing yourself. Most of y'all scratched up, heads bumped and everything. But the symbol of that cane is to let people know not to run over you, not to knock you down, okay, or whatever. So please use your cane. And those who need some cane travel, again, get in touch with Metropolitan Washington Ear and blessed Miss Sharon Payne, even though her last name Payne, she won't put you in pain, but she will help you with how to learn mobility. Okay, so I'm going to ask one of my staff people, Miss Jennifer, to come up and read just real quick about the founder of the Metropolitan Washington Ear. Ms. Jennifer?
I'm ready.
Okay, let you read that.
All right.
Okay.
Dr. Margaret Fansdale had a dream. She dreamed that blind and low vision people could and should have access to the full content of newspapers and magazines, not distilled headlines, not brief news reports. She told people about her dream. Some scoffed, some thought it ambitious, but she kept talking about it. The world needs dreamers, and the world needs doers. She continued to share her dream and paint the picture of blind people being well-informed, choosing what they wanted to read, national news, world news, local news, columns, full access to information. She and her husband, Dr. Cody Fansdale, raised $100,000. In 1974, WETA, the local public radio station, gave her a sub-channel to launch the Metropolitan Washington Ear. In 1982, she was recognized as Washingtonian of the Year. In 1990, she won an Emmy for her work in accessible TV and information access. You can come see it at the Washington Ear. Come by. The name seems oxymoronic. It's all good. Happens to the best of us. All right. The name seems oxymoronic. The Metropolitan Washington Ear radio reading services for blind people? But her motto was, we substitute hearing for seeing. The Metropolitan Washington Ear branched out into audio description, making live local theater accessible for blind and low vision patrons. The Metropolitan Washington Ear radio reading services currently has 350 volunteer readers, 20 audio descriptors. We publish a monthly newsletter and host a blind men's support group. In addition, we're offering independent living skills, mobility training, braille instruction, smartphone instruction. I'm seeing things over here like self-defense class, line dancing class. We just heard about the St. Didymus Church. Great things are happening over here at the Metropolitan Washington Ear. And Dr. Margaret Fansdale's dream is now a reality and continues to grow. We're glad you're growing with us.
All right. Thank you, Mr. And one other thing also, I had the fortune or misfortune, whatever you want to call it, but I went to South America earlier this year, and the Airbnb with me and Miss Renee, my wife. Oh, Miss Renee not here because she has a cold. Keep her in prayer. I know. And so anyway, while we was there, someone said there's a blind school around the corner. So we went around the corner to get to know the people at the blind school. And I'm gonna tell you all people, if you can open up a refrigerator, got something, then it turn on the light, you are fortunate in this country, okay? Because the school didn't have a lot of things. So as the Metropolitan Washington Ear, we adopted that school. All right, so we are working with this school, a Latino school. We have a person that's part-time that handles the liaison for the school in South America. All right, so give a hand for that. So we have to reach out and help other people. And one other thing I want to say about Miss Margaret. In 1971, June, I was a mere lad, much smaller than this, up getting my first guide dog. It was this lady that was talking about this reading service. And we was like, how is that going to work? That is not going to work. And it was Margaret Fansfield. She was getting her first dog the same time I was getting mine. And she was telling everybody about this wonderful idea she had. And then she went back and raised that money. And then here, 50 years ago, because we're celebrating now 50 years, I'm here helping to fill out her vision. All righty? So anyway, and I'm asking you all to support and help. But let me tell you something. People, as blind people and people with disability, we got to step up for ourselves. All right? We can't ask people to do stuff for us. When I'm at the, and I hate to go off script, but when I'm at the council and I see people coming in to ask about things for themselves, I don't see no blind people. I don't see you all coming talking about y'all need money for better transportation. You all need money for housing and stuff. And when I go out to speak, one of my questions is, and it's a contest, I say, I got a $50 bill right here. If somebody can name their councilman, name one of their delegates, half of them don't, most of y'all don't even know you got 3. Okay, and stuff. Now, if you don't know who your representatives are, how can you complain? I don't want to say complain, but how can you reach out to them to let them know what our needs are? Right. All right, now, everybody's busy, but don't come to me and say, hey, Reverend Ray, I need a braille and speak. Right, Ava? They need that. They need, Alexa. They need a Victor Stream. That stuff is expensive. So when I go to these council people and sit down in the meeting and say, blind people do this, they say, Reverend Ray, it's still blind people? Yeah, them people out there. I say, yeah, them blind people. We'll never see them. You know why you don't see them anymore? Because Metro Access is a curse and a blessing. It's a blessing because it takes us places, but the thing about it, where one time, and George Brooks will tell you, and some of the other, we used to have 4 and 5, and even Barbara King and Renee Dodavo, they'll tell you we used to have 4 or 5 blind people together, getting on the bus, getting on the subway. They don't see us like that no more. Right. We just get on Metro Access and go to one door to the other. So we're going to have to be intentional and be out there and let the people know, yes, we still out there. All right? So anyway, I'm going to close with that. I'm off my soapbox on that. Now, what's the next thing on the agenda? Okay, all right.
Round of applause for Reverend Ray. Before we go on to the next thing, I want to call out the either staff and or helpers or contractors that are here today. I'll start to my left. Sharon, if you can raise your hand. She's waving your hand to you all's right. Mr. Phil, to her left. Mark Traeger. Jennifer Dudley. Miss Sylvia. Mr. Littlejohn. Miss Ava. Todd Tolson, Miss Janice, Miss Linda, Miss Emily. We also have some of our volunteers in here today. Mr. Bob, raise your hand. Right, who I'm familiar with. Here we're talking about the board member. Right here, Mr. Dr. Fred, raise your hand. We don't have hamburgers. I'm gonna get your hamburger. If you have any questions, I'll mark this again. So if you have any questions about anything that Rev was talking about, any of the history, where we're going, what we would like to do, what's your best way that you can interact and give us input, yes, please definitely pull on one of us. Okay? We are gonna have some presentations. Senator Smith from Delegate Wilkins' office and Delegate Charkoudian. Did I get that right? Yeah. All right. Clap it up.
Good afternoon. My name is Lorig Charkoudian.
Thank you for introducing yourself.
And so I'm the state delegate, Lorig Charkoudian, and you need to remember that because Reverend Ray did not say when the $50 was going to be available. He just said if you can name your state delegate. So now you got it, Lorig Charkoudian. Make sure you collect your $50 from Reverend Ray. Yes, I hope you came ready for that.
I'm ready.
Okay, he's ready. I am here on behalf of Senator Will Smith, myself, Delegate David Moon, and Delegate Janelle Wilkins. You do have 3 delegates and 1 senator. And Khadijah Ba is here from Delegate Janelle Wilkins' office. She'll be joining me in a second when I do this presentation. I wanted to say a few things first. First, let me just say, it is my absolute honor to join you today. I really appreciate this invitation. I'm so grateful for the incredible work that Metropolitan Washington Ear does and all the partners. I'm looking around and I see several of the groups that do such good work in our community. And so really I'm here to celebrate you and to tell you that it is an honor to be with you today. I want to talk a little bit about why I think that there's so much about what Metropolitan Washington Ear does that is important. I think the broader idea of creating accessible and inclusive communities, every aspect of community, is really our job as elected officials, and working in partnership with community members, with nonprofits, and so this partnership is really important to us, and we look forward to deepening it. We've already had conversations about other ways that we can be supportive. But I think more specifically, we're thinking a lot and talking a lot right now about democracy. Democracy is on everybody's minds. We have a big election coming up. I'm sure everyone knows that. Really important election, so I hope everyone has a plan to vote. Making a plan is important. That's how we actually get to the point of voting. It's actually a really important election year across the globe. There's a bunch of countries have really important elections this year, and so this idea of how do we continue building inclusive and just communities is really on the ballot in the United States. It's on the ballot here in Maryland, and it's on the ballot across the globe, and we hope that all those who believe in inclusive and just communities will get themselves a ballot, and we'll take that vote. But we know that in order to support people to vote and to vote informed, people have to have access to information. And so I really see the work of Metropolitan Washington Ear, I really see the work of the organization as giving access to that information. Now, there's all kinds of reasons that folks want access to information, but one really important one is to be able to vote informed, and to be able to continue to participate in democracy. Certainly when it's time to vote, but I like to say that democracy is a participatory sport, and it's voting is sort of the basics of like putting on the uniform and all the other stuff that we need to do in between elections to stay involved. And I want to, if you don't know how to reach me, if I am your delegate, if you're in District 20, which is White Oak, Silver Spring, Tacoma Park, I hope you will reach out to me. If I'm not your delegate, still reach out to me and I'll find your delegate for you. And then you can go back to Reverend Ray and get your $50. But as the Reverend was saying, it's the voting is a crucial first step, but the ongoing involvement is really important. Letting folks know what's important to you. Certainly what services and investments need to be made to build an inclusive community, but also whatever else might be important to you, the arts and climate change and violence prevention and other justice issues and housing and whatever those things are, we need to be hearing from you. And so I really want to both invite you to be engaged if you're not yet, to remind you how much we do really want to hear from folks and we want to engage, to invite you to come to my office. If you come to Annapolis, I have the best snacks in the entire State House, I promise. And so, so I need you to come and find out if that's true. Sometimes I bake them myself. But also just to celebrate that access to information, access to news, access to credible news, access to the news as you choose to access it, and the pieces of the news and the columns and the whole thing as was described is so important for democracy. And so there's so many things that Metropolitan Washington Ear does, but I want to highlight today the role in creating a strong democracy. And so I thank you for that. And let's give it up for Metropolitan Washington Ear. Now, thank you. Now I have a proclamation here from the Maryland General Assembly, and Khadijah Ba from Delegate Wilkins' office is going to join me up here as well while I read this. And is there someone, Reverend, you're the president of the board, would you like to accept this on behalf of the organization? So I'll read this and then we'll hold it together.
And before we start, tell him what's that.
Are you holding some? Oh, that's the $50 bill. He's got the $50 bill. Okay. I'm trying to figure out if I need my glass for this. Okay, here we go. The Maryland General Assembly official citation, be it hereby known to all that sincerest congratulations are offered to the Metropolitan Washington Ear in recognition of 51 years of outstanding service and advocacy serving individuals with vision impairments and blindness. Presented on this 15th day of October 2024 by Senator William Smith, Delegate Lori Charkoudian, Delegate David Moon, and Delegate Janelle Wilkins in Montgomery County, Legislative District 20.
All right, we're gonna
go here.
All right, get my slim side.
Okay. Hold on, one more. It's like the paparazzi. All right.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Can everyone give another round of applause? I want to add a caveat, and you'll be looking forward to hearing this on the Metropolitan Washington Ear Radio. You definitely just heard from the delegates. As you know, now you have 3 delegates, 1 senator. And she said something very poignant, which was that this is about democracy. But I do want to say this, especially for the blind and low vision community, is that democracy is a component, but we're actually a republic. And by being a republic, what that means is that the majority does not rule. Now, since the majority of people are sighted, if sighted people had their way only, they may not do things that would benefit the blind community. But what a republic does, it says that each person and or entity has the ability to be heard so that the democracy does not rule over everyone. And so what we're asking you all to do is advocate for yourselves and stand on the fact that you're part of a republic where your voice and your needs need to be heard and will be heard. As much as the visceral that we have for presidential election, the majority of you all's lives will be dictated by local and municipal elections. Get to know your delegates, get to know your city council members, get to know the people in your communities and or districts, because those are the people who affect your lives more readily than our presidential candidates. Okay? That being said, I'll let you. Okay. Excellent. We'll have another announcement after that. I want to get to the door prizes with Ms. Jennifer. Is Ms. Jennifer still in here? Okay, we're going to get to the door prizes. Let's start with the blue tickets. And
okay, so hold on. Let's
yeah.
do a little bit of prep work because this raffle, all right. So I gave everybody a raffle ticket, but not everybody I gave a raffle ticket to is sighted, and some of you I read the number to, and some of you I didn't. So let's take our time with this raffle for a minute. If you have a raffle ticket, pull it out. If you don't know the number, raise your hand, and I can have a volunteer come by. So Marcus, can you help me?
Yep, that's where I'm at.
And any other volunteers, if you see somebody with their hand up, can you read them the last 3 digits, please?
Okay, I'm standing beside 2 people that would need their raffle ticket read, so let me see. You have that read?
So,
I don't know what it is. Hold on 1 second.
Who's going to describe what the blue ticket?
I have a ticket.
No, I said who's describe what
That's the red one.
That's the red one.
All right. Joyce, you're not winning. Jen. You wait. Do you have a ticket? Do you know where it is?
I'm supposed to have 2.
Okay, well I'll bring you. Okay, yes, a red one, but not a blue one. All right, give me just 1 moment. All right, if you are entering the raffle, this is your last chance. What is the gift? Oh, okay. So the prize, y'all, is exciting. I love this prize. So our prize is going to be the blind Barbie. So they have a Barbie that has the white cane. You know you want this. So if you don't have a ticket, you better get your ticket. So we've got 2 of them. The other one lives in Reverend Ray's office. She's special. But just call my number. Just call your number.
I'm putting it in the bag now.
Oh, and she was designed by the American Federation for the Blind. I don't want to say the wrong one, y'all. It could get me in trouble. All right. Oh, hold on 1 second. come read you your ticket number?
I just gave I just gave her a ticket. I put it in there. Is there anyone else that needs a raffle ticket? And then I will put it in the drawing before we pull. Sir, reach out. Here's yours right here. Hold it.
So your number 44.
That's it.
044. Yes.
Tell them what his number is.
I'm gonna do it when they call. We're gonna stand by and help people.
So your number is 045. 45. Yes, sir. All right. So if you want that Barbie, you better pull out your ticket. Check it out.
All right.
I know you do. So I've got 2 of them. Now, if you don't get it in this raffle, do know that it is available. Accessibility. Seeing yourself is important. Having other people see diverse characters, diverse Barbies, diverse dolls is important. I'm hoping we see even more of them.
Absolutely. There's a limit on purchasing them. We can only buy 3. Did you know?
We were only allowed to see.
Yeah,
they knew we would have bought them all, y'all. We would have bought them all.
Where did you get it from?
We got them on Amazon, but there's a three doll limit per entity or per account. We have an Amazon account. You can't order it.
Okay, thank you.
Our trusted Miss Sylvia is going to draw from it, so does everyone have their ticket?
All right, is everyone ready? Everyone's comfortable with knowing their number and everything? Okay. All right, Miss Sylvia, I trust you. You pick the impartial judge here.
And I will go around,
Number
raise your ticket.
31.
I'll call the last 3 digits and raise your ticket, and I'll come around and see if you won.
No, they haven't called it out.
When did they call it out? So y'all don't know the time.
31.
Oh, you said the last 3?
No.
She said the last 3 digits.
31.
What is it?
They're messing with you.
Oh, they are?
Yeah.
Messing with the sighted community.
All right. And the number is?
Number is
Hello?
800020.
So the first one is to number 20. Anybody have 020? Amber? All right. All right, we're going to do one more.
You're welcome.
I need to go. Yes, ma'am. She want one of those great Barbies. The white king Barbie. Oh, American Federation for the Blind Barbie. They look like this. They've got the white king. Up the blind. Oh, they did choose. Yeah. I'll get it together eventually. All right. Yes, indeed. All right. So another number is.
All right, I'm right before you.
No, 35.
Number 35. 035. I was close. I thought that went to yes, Miss Barbara. All right. All right. So then here is your Barbie. Here, this way. You're very welcome. Congratulations, and we're all winners here today. All right, I have an announcement to make on a less celebratory, well, it'll be celebratory when somebody's trying to leave. Did somebody lose their keys? It has a key card on it from Bosch and a little retractable thing with flowers on it. If you lost it, it'll be up here at the podium. You think it's okay? Just a set of keys with a key card and a key ring. All right, so our next,
We found the owner.
okay, so the next thing is going to be the Amazon Echo drawings, which Marcus is in charge of. He just went out. So, in the meantime, in between time, is there anything interesting going on that you think we should?
Let me say.
He can talk first. See, we need to buy some time.
Well, first of all, next time we're not doing tickets. We're doing names, okay, for blind people. You know, it just don't work for us. So next time we do names, I don't care if you have to put your name in there 3 times, 20 times, whatever. All right, and George Brooks pointed that out to me. But there's just certain ways that we have to do things, okay? So we're going to do names, because you know who your name is, right? I mean, those numbers, yeah. But anyway, okay, so next we're going to do, what do you have for Echo, for the Echo drawing? But you have tickets as well, right?
No, we got the name for that one.
Okay, so.
But I'm waiting for.
No, you don't wait for them out. You waiting for me.
Yes,
I'm going to draw a name out. So now on this Echo, the people that win, please have internet. Because if you don't have internet, this echo not going to do you no good. All right, because I was at a place and we gave out the echo and they said, well, I don't have internet. Okay, so both of us sat there. I don't know if they thought I'm going to do it at my house, they're going to come over, whatever. But you got to have internet to make this work. And if you win, then we'll take your name and all, and then our Swiss knife, Mr. Dave, back at the office that does everything, he'll get in touch with you and set you up for this, okay? So let me pull the name out here, because
Hold on 1 second.
I'm definitely not going to look. And I'm not playing cards, so I won't palm anything. Give me that name.
It says Jerome Walker.
Jerome Walker! Now, wait a minute. Now, Jerome Walker, he is a vendor, a DC blind vendor, so give it up for the DC blind vendor. Them people got plenty of money. Okay, and he won an echo. He got plenty of money. Okay.
An echo that's part of the program.
Oh,
we doing more than one?
Yes,
Oh.
we're doing 2, right?
I guess.
All right, let me grab it. Well, we got them back at the rancho.
And if you really need one, this part of our programming. If you really need one, come see me. All right. Portia Chandler.
Portia Chandler. All right, that's our vice president. Everybody's eligible.
Where's Portia?
All righty. Okay, what else on the program? Other than these people probably chomping the bits to eat. What else on the program?
That was Alexa, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
2 Alexas.
Got 2. Got another one.
And that's Mark.
Yeah, we gave both of them. Mark, now we're going to have our closing remarks by Mr. Mark Traeger. He's our money man. He's going to let y'all know how we get money to be able to give y'all these things, okay? Mr. Mark.
Metropolitan Washington Ear bag to go with it.
All right.
Here it is, right here. I'm Marcus.
And Jerome Walker will tell you,
5 cents. Don't say
and Mr. Marcus, Jerome Walker will tell you he's one of the people that comes to get training from Mr. John, Little John over here. Give Mr. Little John. He's waving. Yeah, he's waving for y'all. Okay, y'all blind people just feel the air. He's waving. He's the one, Mr. Little John. He does the training on your iPhone. And also you need iPhone training. I know Patrick. Really good. Oh, thank you, Jerome. And I know Patrick and them do it down at the library on Tuesdays. Is that right, Patrick? Thursday. Why y'all keep changing, Patrick? No, on Thursday. All right. So anyway, you have a couple of places where you can go and get training on the iPhone, and these iPhones are just amazing. What you can do with them. Yes.
I have a question. Is that training in Silver Spring?
Yes, the training for Metropolitan Washington is in Silver Springs.
It's 1 block from where we are now.
Right.
Tech Road. So
right. 12:0. Yeah.
Yeah, Amanda, you can take Uber there.
Yeah, I will.
Yeah. Okay. All righty. So, Mr. Mark Traeger. Okay, Mr. Mark.
That's me.
Yeah, all right.
Wow. I'm telling you what, this is absolutely exciting. How many of y'all really enjoyed today? How many of you carried $10 in your pocket? 1? Well, that's a start for fundraising. I don't know what we're going to do here. No. For some of you who don't know me or can't see me, one of the programs we have at MWE is audio description. How many are familiar with that? With how that works? We have 2 folks here who do that. You know, Bob Coley and Janet Corsetti, and I was doing an interview with some of the readers, and I asked them to go ahead and describe me. You know, for you who can't see me, describe me. And so they went, okay, he's 6'7", 140 pounds, lots of hair on his head, yeah, big smile, yeah. And I think he just came through the hurricanes. That's why he lost all his hair. And I go, I think we can do better than that in audio description, can't we? So I'm really 3'6". Just kidding. Anyway, it's important to really get a feeling about who people are, and if you can see them, because each and every one of you has a great story. Those are the kind of stories we would love to hear at MWE, because as we take MWE into the future,
one of the things that is very important to us is creating awareness of people who are visually impaired and blind. And in order to hear and understand that, people need to know who you are.
Right.
We would love to have you send us a little description, bio of yourself, so that we can utilize that in our newsletters and things along that line, because you have great stories to tell. And I believe that I'm coming to know a lot of you, and it's awesome what you have gone through and where you are today, and the organizations that represent you as well, like MWE and the exhibitors here. You know, I can't believe I've known half of you guys, and I went around and spoke to you all, and what great output you all have, and the concern you have for people who are visually impaired. And I want to thank you, exhibitors, for being here today, because you didn't have to be, but you did, and it's just incredible. There was a survey done not long ago in business, and people asked their employees, what do you want most from us? And most of us would think money, right? Yeah. That was not on the top 5. What was on the top 5 was recognition and appreciation. And I want to read you the names of people. I know you've heard this before, but I want to read it to you again, because people are what make things happen. Without the cooperation of each and every one of you, we all wouldn't be here today, right? And we've got to come together as one, because one as a mighty voice, as you know, and people need to hear what we have to say. So let me go ahead and start that by saying, I've got a list here of about 600 people here, so bear with me. I'm kidding, about 600 people. It's 559. But people that assembled with the event, or a part of the event, Reverend Ray Razor, Renee Razor, who is the other half of Ray, and could not be here today, Sharon Payne, Dave Warren, and Stuart Brown do all the work behind the scenes for our radio program. And there are 2 people you really need to hear and know about. They are just awesome. Phil Aiken and Marcus Robinson. You saw Marcus before, he's outside there. Dr. Fred Jones and Eric Pfeiffer and Jane Littlejohn. We always call him Littlejohn. I don't know why he's 7'3", but we call him Littlejohn as far as that. Emily Clark and Sylvia Rosenthal. We're reaching out to her volunteers to bring you people here today. Jennifer Dudley, and I mentioned Bob and Janet. And we have in-studio readers here, Ashley Brantlett, Mike Corey, Phyllis Clark, and Lisa Vickers. If you're all here, raise your hand, and let's give them all a big hand. My job here at MWE is to create awareness across the tri-state area. And part of that is to develop what we call a feasibility study, where we go out and speak to people who are visually impaired, are blind, people who are readers on our daily shows, and also people who know nothing about us, to get their input and their feedback about what they can do to support MWE and visually impaired and blind community. And that report will probably be developed by the end of December. And from that, we'll take the future of MWE to the next level. They've done so much for the past 51 years. Can you imagine what the next 25 years are going to be? I can't even begin to believe it, but it's going to be wonderful. And I thank you all for being here. We have special lunches for everyone. We have special lunches for everyone. Thank you. And for those who are looking for special lunches, we have special lunches. Thank you all. Enjoy it. Great to have you here. Oh, I'm sorry. I left the last one for last. It takes a community to put together, right? But people say that people who are visually impaired or blind can't do many things, right? They're limited in so many ways. Janice, don't go anywhere. But because of Janice Tyson, Caesar, I got that. because of who she is, she has said to everyone here, we are not limited in anything we can do. Because of her efforts and the guidance of Reverend Ray and so many other people, this group got together today. And I just want to, just a special thank you. Janice, you are absolutely unbelievable.
All right, folks, so we're going to close this out. Y'all going to go get some lunch. And you heard that the delegate said two things. Now, I'm going to test you all people, and then we're up out of here. And now, Marcus, you in here?
I'm right here beside you.
Okay, now, Mr. Marcus is going to be the one to count who first hand go up, all right? And out now for the blind people, y'all don't know Mr. Marcus stands 6'6" and close to 300 pounds. All right, that's why he's by that's 270. He's trying to lose weight. Okay, that's why I handle him like I do, and he handle whatever I need to be handled. All right, so now I want your hand to go up, and then and then Mr. Marcus will call on you and say your name. All right. And listen, I'm getting ready to say. Now, who was the name of the delegate and what two parts of it? And what was the number? Don't know, not Jesus, wasn't him. He's more high than that. What was the delegate's name? What was the delegate name and what was the district that the delegate was in? And see, just go see if y'all people listening. Any hands yet, Mr.
One hand is up.
Okay, what's your name?
Shikitanaka.
What's your name? Okay, go ahead. What was it?
I think it's.
No, we ain't thinking. What is it?
The representative position is District 3.
No, you wrong already. Okay.
We got another hand over here.
Okay, another hand. Name?
Miss, what's your name over here? I'm calling on you. Jill.
Jill?
Yeah, Maria.
No. More Maria. No, that's a double show. Anybody?
Young lady back here with doors.
Judy Rasmussen.
Judy Rasmussen.
Oh, how you doing, Judy? How you doing? Wait, no, Judy, before you say anything, I want publicly to say, even though it's been a couple of years, how much we miss your precious husband. Lord, give it up for Lord. So much. He's done so much for this blind community. I won't even go down the list. We've been here all day, but I want to recognize publicly just the contribution that Lord has made to this blind community. All right, thank you, Judy. Okay, now Judy, you got the question?
Delegate Laura Charcuti in District 20.
Anything else? Okay, thank y'all very much for coming and support the Metropolitan Washington Ear, okay? We'll let y'all know when we're going to have a next event. Mr. Martin is going to close out because he's bigger than me.
Oh, careful. Say it again? Okay, yeah. So we will be escorting people. Again, we'd like to thank all our volunteers, Bob, Mike, and Miss Janet Carcetti, who are here. If you all see the yellow lanyards, we're going to escort you all out. Rev, you want to give us a go out or give us a prayer?